YouTube channel trailer. The truth nobody tells you. Until now, very few people know the full truth about how to get their trucking authority approved fast, save money on insurance, and avoid costly FMCSA mistakes. You're a new trucking owner. You've got your truck, your dream, and your determination. But something is holding you back. Confusing insurance, stuck applications, hidden rules nobody tells you about. This is New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide, and we exist for one reason: to solve the problems that keep new trucking authorities stuck, delayed, and frustrated. The system is rigged against new owners, but not anymore. Who we are and why we exist. New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide was created for one purpose: to help new trucking authorities, owner-operators, and small fleet owners navigate the FMCSA system without losing time, money, or sleep. We understand that starting a trucking business is exciting, but insurance is confusing, costly, and full of complex terms that nobody explains clearly. Our mission is to break it down in simple, easy-to-understand videos that guide you step by step. No complicated legal language. No boring parts. Just real help that works. We focus on problems that every new authority faces and give you practical solutions you can use immediately. Every video is research-based and factually accurate, using official FMCSA resources and real-world experience from hundreds of trucking owners we've helped. Why you can trust this YouTube channel? Why should you trust us? Because we've been where you are. We've seen the rejections, the delays, the insurance quotes that made no sense, and the hidden traps that catch 90% of new owners. We've helped hundreds of new authorities get approved, save thousands on insurance, and avoid costly mistakes that could have ended their businesses before they even started. We don't sell anything. We don't promote expensive services. We don't ask for share, subscribe every 30 seconds. We just provide real, honest, actionable information that helps you succeed. Our content is 100% honest. No scams. No fake promises. Just real, useful content that helps you build your trucking business the right way. When you watch our videos, you're getting the truth. Not what agents want you to hear, not what brokers want you to believe, but what actually works. What we solve for you. Here's what we solve for you. Stopwatch time saving. Get approved in 21 days instead of waiting 60 days. No more sitting around wondering why your application is stuck. Money bag money saving. Avoid unnecessary fees, save on insurance premiums, and prevent costly mistakes that drain your budget. We've helped carriers save up to $100,000 in unnecessary costs. Hammer and wrench problem solving, mismatches, rejections, audits, flags. We solve them all with simple step-by-step solutions. Shield damage prevention. Protect your authority from revocation, fines, and compliance failures before they happen. Balance scale legal protection. Understand insurance filing, BC3, common control flags, and how they affect your compliance. The 200 unsolved problems. Our unique promise. Here's what makes this channel different from every other trucking channel on YouTube. There are over 200 unsolved problems that new trucking authorities face. Questions that nobody answers, problems that nobody solves, and hidden traps that nobody warns you about. Questions like, why do some MC numbers take 60 days while others get approved in 10 days? Why does a single comma in your business name get your application rejected? How can you verify if your insurance agent actually filed your BMC 91X without trusting their word? We are the only channel dedicated to solving these 200 plus unsolved problems. Problems that agents don't explain, that brokers don't tell you, and that FMCSA won't publish online. Every video we create is designed to answer a question you've been searching for but couldn't find a complete answer to. From application and registration to insurance claims and accident response, we cover everything that keeps new authorities stuck, delayed, and frustrated. The 200 problems WE solve. Categories overview. Here are the 9 categories of problems we solve for you. Pushpin Phase 1. Application and registration. 30 problems including BOC, 3 filing, name mismatches, and MC number delays. Pushpin Phase 2. Insurance policy and coverage. 30 problems including BMC, 91X verification, common control flags, and hidden policy exclusions. Pushpin Phase 3. Compliance and audits. 30 problems including new entrant safety audits, driver qualification files, and HOS violations. Pushpin Phase 4, broker and shipper requirements. 25 problems, including carrier onboarding, double broker scams, and payment terms. Pushpin Phase 5, insurance claims and accidents. 30 problems, including accident response, subrogation, and nuclear verdicts. Pushpin Phase 6, roadside inspection and vehicle maintenance. 20 problems, including DVIRs, brake adjustments, and tire tread requirements. Pushpin Phase 7, driver management. 15 problems, including negligent hiring, driver orientation, and medical variances. Pushpin Phase 8, insurance renewal and shopping. 15 problems, including renewal negotiation, loss runs, and non-renewal notices. Pushpin Phase 9, cargo theft and fraud prevention. 5 problems, including double broker scams, cargo theft, and identity protection. That's 200 problems, and we will solve every single one of them. Hidden secrets we reveal. There is a hidden part of the FMCSA system that most people miss completely. The strange thing is that after you submit your application, the status doesn't change immediately, and 90% of new authorities have no idea why. There's a hidden step that agents never clearly explain, a step that could delay your authority by weeks or even months. If you miss this step, your authority can get delayed by 30 days or more, and every day of delay slows down your approval process while your competition moves ahead. Those who check their application properly get faster approval. Those who don't wait 60 days or more wondering what went wrong. And the most important step comes at the very end of every video. A step that separates the owners who get approved quickly from those who stay delayed for weeks. Subscribe and join. If you're ready to start your trucking authority the right way, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and join thousands of trucking owners who are getting approved fast, saving money and avoiding common mistakes. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video, because your solution could be in the next video. Upload schedule, daily at 6:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. 2 videos every day to help you succeed. If you have any problem with your authority, insurance, or compliance, comment below. I will make a video on your problem, because your question might be the 200th unsolved problem we need to solve. Welcome to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide. Let's build your trucking business together. The 200 problems, complete list. Here's a complete list of 200 problems we will solve for you. Phase 1, application and registration. Topics 1 to 30. 1. What is the exact step-by-step order to file for a new MC authority that FMCSA never publishes online? 2. How can a new authority check if their BOC3 filing was actually received and processed by FMCSA without calling the help desk? 3. Which specific data field mismatches cause automatic rejection of a new authority application in the MOTUS portal? 4. Why does the FMCSA sometimes take 60 days to approve an MC number when others get approved in 10 days? 5. What is the hidden pending match queue, and how can new authority know if their application is stuck there? 6. How can a new authority expedite their MC number approval without paying expensive third-party services? 7. Which states have the fastest FMCSA processing times for new authority applications in 2026? 8. Why does the MCS 150 form get rejected for a single comma or period in the business name field? 9. What is the specific name mismatch error between LLC formation documents and FMCSA application, and how to fix it? 10. How can a new authority verify that their process agent has actually filed the BOC3 before they pay for insurance? 11. Why does the MOTUS portal show pending status for insurance even after the agent confirms filing was submitted? 12. What is the difference between authority active and authority ready to haul, and why is there a gap between them? 13. Why do some new authorities receive an MC number in 7 days, while others wait 45 days for the same type of operation? 14. What is the UCR late fee forgiveness window that 90% of new authorities don't know exists? 15. How can a new authority add interstate authority to an existing intrastate MC number without starting over? 16. Which specific business structures, LLC, Corp, Sole Prop, get the fastest insurance approvals for new authorities? 17. Why do some new authorities get their MC number revoked within 90 days for no apparent reason? 18. What is the address verification process that insurance underwriters use to reject new authority applications? 19. Why does the FMCSA sometimes approve an MC number, but not the corresponding US.dot number at the same time? 20. What is the authority transfer process for carriers who want to sell their MC number to another company? 21. Why do some new authorities receive a conditional safety rating immediately upon approval without any inspections? 22. What is authority downgrade trigger, and how can new authority avoid it in their first 6 months? 23. How can a new authority check if their name is on any FMCSA watch list before applying for MC authority? 24. Why does the FMCSA sometimes require a site visit for new authorities, and how can a carrier prepare for it? 25. What is authority reinstatement fee and process for carriers who let their MC number lapse for non-use? 26. Which specific states require additional filings beyond FMCSA authority for interstate operations? 27. How can a new authority with no credit history get approved for premium financing for their insurance policy? 28. Why does the FMCSA require a 21-day protest period, and how can a new authority know if someone filed a protest? 29. How can a new authority set up their safer profile to show active status immediately after insurance filing? 30. What is the ghost authority problem, and how can a new authority avoid having their MC number stolen? Phase 2. Insurance policy and coverage. Topics 31 to 60. 31. Which insurance companies have the highest first-time approval rate for new authority filings without errors? 32. What is the common control flag, and how does it affect a new authority's insurance rates? 33. How can a new authority check if their insurance agent filed a BMC 91X correctly without relying on the agent's word? 34. Why does the FMCSA sometimes reject insurance filings, even when the policy is paid in full and active? 35. Which specific operating radius declaration leads to lower insurance premiums for new authorities in 2026? 36. Why do some new authorities get quoted $10,000 for insurance, while others with similar profiles get quoted $5,000? 37. What is the exact difference between occurrence form and claims made policies, and why do brokers reject claims made? 38. How can a carrier verify that their insurance policy includes the required primary and non-contributory wording for brokers? 39. Which specific additional insured wording do TQL, Landstar, and CH Robinson require on certificates of insurance? 40. Why do some insurance policies have hidden sublimits for electronics cargo that are not disclosed on the certificate? 41. What is a mysterious disappearance exclusion, and how can a carrier prove theft to avoid claim denial? 42. How can a carrier check if their cargo policy covers reefer breakdown and spoilage without calling their agent? 43. Why do cargo insurers deny claims when the truck was parked overnight even with no signs of forced entry? 44. What is the average clause in cargo insurance, and how does it reduce claim payments for underinsured carriers? 45. How can a carrier verify that their physical damage policy pays agreed value rather than actual cash value? 46. Which specific truck models have the highest and lowest physical damage insurance premiums in 2026? 47. What is the gap coverage endorsement, and why do finance trucks absolutely need it to avoid loan default after a total loss? 48. How can a carrier calculate whether a higher deductible will actually save them money over a 12-month period? 49. Which specific safety equipment discounts, collision mitigation, dash cams, telematics provide the biggest premium reductions? 50. What is the non-trucking liability versus bobtail coverage difference, and which one do owner-operators actually need? 31. How can an owner-operator verify that their lease agreement doesn't require them to carry coverage they don't need? 32. Which specific lease purchase traps cause owner-operators to be underinsured when their truck gets totaled? 33. What is a trailer interchange coverage, and why do power-only carriers need it even if they never own trailers? 34. Why do some physical damage policies exclude coverage for wear and tear even when caused by an accident? 35. What is the betterment deduction in physical damage claims, and how can carriers negotiate to reduce it? 36. which specific states require higher liability limits than the FMCSA minimum of $750,000 for interstate operations? 37. Why do some insurers offer lower rates for carriers who operate only within a 100-mile radius versus unlimited radius? 38. What is a radius audit? And how do insurance companies verify that carriers are not exceeding their declared radius? 39. What is the MCS 90 endorsement trap, and why does it not provide the protection that many carriers think it does? 40. How can a carrier check if their MCS 90 endorsement includes a no subrogation language that protects them from insurer lawsuits? Phase 3. Compliance and audits, topics 61 to 90. 61. What is the new entrant safety audit checklist that FMCSA auditors use but never publish online? 62. How can a new authority pass the new entrant safety audit on the first attempt without hiring a consultant? 63. Why do some new authorities get audited within 30 days while others never get audited in their first year? 64. Which specific driver qualification file errors trigger an automatic audit referral from the FMCSA system? 65. What is the exact driver qualification file audit checklist that FMCSA auditors use during a compliance review? 66. How can a small carrier with one truck organize their driver files to pass an FMCSA audit without a dedicated safety manager? 67. Which specific driver qualification file errors trigger an automatic unsatisfactory rating regardless of other compliance? 68. Why do FMCSA auditors consider a missing medical certificate as a critical violation, even if the driver has a valid one at home? 69. What is the medical examiner's registry, and how can carriers verify that their driver's medical examiner is still certified? 70. Which specific documents must be kept in digital format, and which can be kept as paper copies for FMCSA audits? 71. Why do FMCSA auditors reject driver files that are perfectly compliant but organized in a different order than they expect? 72. What is the hours of service violation that most ELD users don't realize they are committing until they get audited? 73. How can a driver correct an ELD log that shows driving during off-duty time without violating false log rules? 74. Which specific ELD malfunction reporting requirements do most carriers fail to follow, leading to audit violations? 75. What is the personal conveyance rule that 80% of drivers misunderstand and use incorrectly? 76. How can a carrier train drivers to use personal conveyance properly without violating the loaded truck restriction? 77. Which specific adverse driving conditions qualify for the 2-hour extension and which do not under FMCSA rules? 78. What is the split sleeper bird rule that almost no driver understands correctly, and how can carriers train effectively? 79. What is a data queue challenge process, and how can carriers file a successful challenge against an incorrect HOS citation? 80. Which specific documents must carriers request within 24 hours of inspection to preserve their right to challenge violations? 81. Why do FMCSA auditors consider incomplete driver orientation records as a critical violation even for experienced drivers? 82. What is the annual driver review requirement that 70% of carriers fail to complete properly? 83. How can a small carrier complete annual driver reviews without hiring a full-time safety manager? 84. What is a road test certification requirement, and how can carriers conduct a legal road test without a certified examiner? 85. How can a carrier verify that a driver's previous employer actually completed the required safety performance history check? 86. What is the annual inspection requirement for vehicles, and how can carriers prove compliance without keeping paper copies? 87. How can a carrier maintain vehicle maintenance records that will satisfy an FMCSA auditor without a complex system? 88. What is the random drug and alcohol testing requirement that many small carriers fail to implement correctly? 89. How can a carrier set up a random drug testing program that meets FMCSA requirements without using an expensive third-party administrator? 90. What is a drug and alcohol clearinghouse, and why must carriers check it before hiring any driver? Phase 4. Broker and shipper requirements. Topics 91 to 115. 91. What is the exact cargo insurance limit required by Amazon Relay for new carriers with less than 6 months authority? 92. How can a carrier get approved on Amazon Relay without having the 6 months of authority that their website states? 93. Which specific insurance endorsements does TQL require that are not listed on their standard carrier onboarding checklist? 94. Why does Landstar reject certificates that have the correct additional insured wording but placed in the wrong section of the form? 95. What is the Carrier 411 inspection, and how can a carrier prepare for it to avoid being blacklisted by brokers? 96. How can a carrier remove a bad review from Carrier 411 that was left by a broker who never even gave them a load? 97. Which specific brokers accept B+ rated insurance, and which brokers require A or higher in 2026? 98. Why do some brokers require $2 million liability coverage, even though FMCSA only requires $750,000? 99. What is the broker scorecard, and how can carriers check their score before applying to new brokers? 100. Which specific load boards have the lowest insurance requirements for new carriers to start booking loads immediately? 91. What is the RMIS system, and how can carriers check what information brokers see about their company? 92. Which specific brokers offer quick pay options for new authorities who need faster cash flow in their first 90 days? 93. What is a contingent cargo coverage that brokers require, and how is it different from a carrier's own cargo policy? 94. How can a carrier verify that their broker actually has contingent cargo coverage before accepting a load from them? 95. Which specific brokers have the highest claim denial rate for cargo loss, and which brokers pay claims quickly? 96. What is a DOT compliance review that some shippers require before awarding annual contract to carriers? 97. Which specific Fortune 500 shippers have the easiest carrier onboarding process for new authorities in 2026? 98. What is the vendor compliance score that major retailers use, and how can carriers improve their score? 99. How can a carrier get reinstated on Walmart's carrier list after being removed for a paperwork violation? 100. What is the carrier profile that brokers see on DAT and Truckstop, and how can carriers optimize it for more loads? 101. What is a double broker scam, and how can carriers verify that a broker is legitimate before picking up a load? 102. How can a carrier report a fraudulent broker to FMCSA and recover payment for a load that was stolen through a double broker scam? 103. Which specific red flags indicate that a broker may be planning to not pay for a load after delivery? 104. Why do some brokers pay within 7 days while others take 60 days even when their contract says 30 days? 105. How can a carrier negotiate better payment terms with brokers without losing the load to another carrier? Phase 5. Insurance claims and accidents. Topics 116 to 145. 116. What is the first thing a driver should do immediately after an accident to protect the carrier's insurance claim? 117. How can a driver document an accident scene properly when they're injured and cannot take photos themselves? 118. Which specific photos must be taken in an accident scene to prevent claim denial for lack of evidence? 119. Why do insurance companies deny claims when the driver fails to call the police, even for minor accidents? 120. What is the spoliation of evidence claim, and how can carriers avoid being accused of destroying evidence? 121. How can a carrier preserve ELD data after an accident without accidentally overriding critical evidence? 122. Why do some insurance companies settle claims for full policy limits even when the carrier was not at fault? 123. What is the subrogation process, and how can carriers recover their deductible when the other driver was at fault? 124. How long does subrogation typically take, and what can carriers do to speed up the process? 125. What is a liability waiver that some brokers ask carriers to sign, and why should carriers never sign it? 126. Why do insurance companies sometimes pay claims that the carrier believes are completely fraudulent? 127. What is the bad faith lawsuit that carriers can file against their own insurance company for unreasonable claim denial? 128. What is a reservation of rights letter, and why should carriers be extremely concerned when they receive one? 129. How can a carrier respond to a reservation of rights letter to protect their interests without antagonizing their insurer? 130. Why do some insurers try to deny coverage based on material misrepresentation on the insurance application? 131. What is the retroactive date in a claims-made policy, and why is it critical for carriers who switch insurers? 132. How can a carrier ensure continuous coverage for prior acts when switching from a claims-made to an occurrence policy? 133. Why do some insurers require carriers to sign a loss control agreement after an accident as a condition of renewal? 134. What is the risk improvement plan, and how can carriers use it to reduce their premiums after an at-fault accident? 135. How can a carrier negotiate a lower premium increase after an accident by presenting a safety improvement plan? 136. Why do some insurance companies non-renew carriers after a single not-at-fault accident, even with a perfect safety record? 137. What is the adverse selection problem, and why do some insurers refuse to write new business in certain states? 138. How can a carrier find insurance in a state where most major insurers have stopped writing new policies? 139. Which specific states have the most limited insurance market for trucking authorities in 2026? 140. What is the nuclear verdict trend, and why are insurance premiums increasing faster in some states than others? 141. How can a carrier protect their personal assets from a nuclear verdict that exceeds their insurance policy limits? 142. What is the umbrella policy gap that leaves carriers exposed to catastrophic loss even with $1 million in primary coverage? 143. How can a carrier calculate how much umbrella coverage they actually need based on their specific operation? 144. Which specific insurance companies offer affordable umbrella coverage for small carriers with 1 to 5 trucks? 145. Why do some umbrella policies have exclusions that make them worthless for the most common types of trucking claims? Phase 6. Roadside inspection and vehicle maintenance. Topics 146 to 165. 146. Which specific documents must a new authority keep on hand before the first roadside inspection to avoid violations? 147. What is an inspector qualification requirement, and how can a carrier verify that the mechanic is qualified to perform DOT inspections? 148. How can a carrier become a certified DOT inspector to perform their own annual inspections on their trucks? 146. What is a driver vehicle inspection report, DVIR, requirement, and when must it be completed? 147. How can a small carrier implement an electronic DVIR system that meets FMCSA requirements without expensive software? 148. Which specific DVIR errors trigger automatic audit flags, even when the driver completed the inspection correctly? 149. What is the maintenance record retention requirement, and how long must carriers keep repair records for each vehicle? 150. How can a small carrier organize vehicle maintenance records to satisfy an FMCSA auditor without a complex filing system? 151. What is the preventive maintenance schedule that FMCSA auditors look for in a carrier's maintenance program? 152. What is a brake adjustment requirement, and how often must brakes be checked and adjusted? 153. Which specific brake stroke measurements indicate that brakes are out of adjustment and the vehicle is unsafe to drive? 154. What is the tire tread depth requirement for steer tires versus drive tires versus trailer tires? 155. Which specific tire conditions, bulges, cuts, weather cracking, require the tire to be replaced immediately? 156. What is the lighting requirement for commercial vehicles, and which lights must be operational at all times? 157. What is the load securement requirement for different types of cargo, steel coils, lumber machinery? 158. What is the hazmat packaging and marking requirement for carriers transporting hazardous materials? 159. Which specific hazmat packaging violations trigger immediate out-of-service orders and potential fines of $50,000 or more? 160. What is the emergency equipment requirement, fire extinguisher, reflective triangles, spare fuses for commercial vehicles? 161. Which specific fire extinguisher ratings are required for different types of commercial vehicles under FMCSA rules? 162. Why do carriers get cited for expired fire extinguishers even when the gauge shows adequate pressure? Phase 7. Driver Management. Topics 166 to 180. 166. What is the exact process for conducting a legal road test for a new driver without a certified third-party examiner? 167. Which specific questions must carriers ask previous employers during the Safety Performance History Inquiry under FMCSA regulations? 168. Why do some previous employers refuse to provide safety performance history, and what legal recourse does a carrier have? 169. What is the driver orientation requirement that FMCSA auditors check even for drivers with 20 years of experience? 170. How can a small carrier create a compliant driver orientation checklist without buying expensive software? 171. What is the negligent hiring claim, and how can carriers defend against it after an accident? 172. How can a carrier document their driver hiring process to defeat negligent hiring allegations in court? 173. Which specific background checks must carriers run on drivers to avoid negligent hiring claims? 174. What is a negligent retention claim, and how does it differ from negligent hiring in trucking lawsuits? 175. How can a carrier document their termination of a dangerous driver to avoid negligent retention claims? 176. Which specific driver behaviors require immediate termination to avoid liability for future accidents? 177. What is the driver qualification file audit that FMCSA conducts during compliance review? 178. How can a small carrier self-audit their driver files to find gaps before FMCSA does? 179. Which specific medical conditions require an FMCSA variance, and what is the process for obtaining one? 180. Why do some drivers with diabetes get approved for a variance while others with the same condition get denied? Phase 8. Insurance renewal and shopping. Topics 181 to 195. 181. What is the exact insurance renewal negotiation process that can lower a carrier's premium by 20% without changing coverage? 182. How can new authority prepare for their first insurance renewal to get the best possible rate after 12 months of safe driving? 183. Why do carriers who shop their insurance 90 days before renewal get better rates than those who wait until the last month? 184. What is the loss run request, and how can carriers obtain loss runs from their current insurer without paying a fee? 185. How can a carrier use loss runs from their current insurer to get competitive quotes from other insurers? 186. What is insurance broker versus direct writer difference, and which is better for new authorities in 2026? 187. How can a new authority find an independent insurance agent who specializes in trucking and represents multiple A-rated carriers? 188. What is an insurance audit that carriers face at renewal, and how can they prepare for it to avoid additional charges? 189. How can a carrier document their actual miles and operations to pass an insurance audit without any issues? 190. What is a non-renewal notice, and what should a carrier do when their insurance company decides not to renew their policy? 191. How can a carrier find replacement coverage within the 30-day non-renewal notice period without a lapse in coverage? 192. What is the cancellation for non-payment process, and how can carriers avoid having their policy canceled for a late payment? 193. What is material misrepresentation defense that insurers use to deny claims or cancel policies? 194. How can a carrier ensure their insurance application is completely accurate to avoid material misrepresentation claims? 195. What is insurance credit rating, and how can carriers improve their rating to get better rates from all insurers? Phase 9. Cargo theft and fraud prevention. Topics 196 to 200. 196. What is the most common cargo theft method used by criminals to steal freight from new authorities in 2026? 197. How can new authority verify that a load posting is legitimate and not a trap set by cargo thieves? 198. What is a double broker scam, and how can carriers identify fraudulent brokers before picking up a load? 199. How can a carrier verify that a delivery address is legitimate before dispatching a driver to pick up a load? 200. How can a carrier protect their MC number and insurance certificates from being stolen and used by criminals? Disclose a guide and verify everything yourself. Remember, every successful trucking authority started exactly where you are right now, confused, overwhelmed, and searching for answers. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. They found the right information from the right source. This channel is that source for you. We don't just talk about problems, we solve them. We don't just give you theory, we give you action. We don't just tell you what to do, we show you exactly how to do it. So subscribe, hit that bell, and let's build your trucking business together. The right way, the smart way, the new Authority Trucking Insurance Guide way. We started this channel because we believe every new trucking owner deserves a fair chance to succeed. The FMCSA system is complicated, insurance is confusing, and the hidden traps are everywhere, but you don't have to face them alone. We're here to guide you through every step, solve every problem, and help you build a trucking business you've always dreamed of. No scams, no fake promises, just real help from people who actually care about your success. So take a deep breath, hit that subscribe button, and know that you found your trusted partner for the journey ahead. Welcome to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide. Your success story starts right here, right now. Let's make it happen together. We started this channel because we believe every new trucking owner deserves a fair chance to succeed. The FMCSA system is complicated, insurance is confusing, and the hidden traps are everywhere. But you don't have to face them alone. We're here to guide you through every step, solve every problem, and help you build a trucking business you've always dreamed of. No scams, no fake promises, just real help from people who actually care about your success. So take a deep breath, hit that subscribe button, and know that you found your trusted partner for the journey ahead. Welcome to New Authority Trucking Insurance Guide. Your success story starts right here, right now. Let's make it happen together. Disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional legal or filing advice. I am not the FMCSA, not a government agency, and not a licensed filing agent or attorney. The information provided here is based on public FMCSA resources, independent research, and personal experience with trucking applications. Every application is unique, and your specific situation may require different steps than what is covered in this video. Always visit the official FMCSA website for the most accurate and up-to-date requirements before submitting your application. The responsibility for your application is yours alone. Use this disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional legal or filing advice. I am not the FMCSA, not a government agency, and not a licensed filing agent or attorney. The information provided here is based on public FMCSA resources, independent research, and personal experience with trucking applications. Every application is unique, and your specific situation may require different steps than what is covered in this video. Always visit the official FMCSA website for the most accurate and up-to-date requirements before submitting your application. The responsibility for your application is yours alone. Use this as a guide and verify everything yourself.